But tonight you're still going to learn a whole lot, so be ready. Moms and dads, when you're coming in here, this is not a meeting, this is not a town hall clinic. We're here to help you get better too. So I'm excited about the opportunity to come and be a part of Fort Wayne United Soccer. I'm going to walk around a lot. I talk really fast. I'm from the Carolinas. I'm not a redneck. I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, I'm not like that. But I'm here to help you get better. That's what I do. I work with organizations all around the world, and those things were nice and those things were fun. They had nothing to do with soccer. But soccer was my first initial sport. I was the first American to go work with the English United Team U23 teams. First American down in Brazil to work with Vasco da Gama, Domingo, Fluminense. I love soccer. I love it. I like American football too. I like soccer. I like soccer. Racing is boring. You turn left. It takes 4 hours. But it's still fun. I like performance. But I'm here tonight to be a part of your team. And that means that the triangle has to be strong. The players at the top, the coach, and the parent. For everybody here, I'm under the assumption you're here because you want to get better. And I already had a fun conversation with a few people that sat in the very back before anybody was here. And I don't understand why, if you want to come and learn and get better as a parent or a player, why are you sitting in the back? How come you're not in the very front? Because I'm going to tell you, my time with you tonight is not about like a good sermon that you're going to hear on Sunday and you're going to forget on Wednesday. That's not what this is about. I don't add value to you that way, and I certainly don't value my time that way. With me? Got it? Good. So this is it. This is about people who want to 10 times better who they are as a person first, and everything goes under that. If that's not your motivation for being here, I want to love you even more for being transparent to admit that. And Bobby's got a little something special for you out there before you. I want people who want to get better at themselves and be better in their relationships between father and son, mother and daughter, mother and son, father and daughter. That's what this is about. Everybody with me? Everybody good? We're on the same page? Now, I got an apology out of the gate. You got a handout for tonight. Hopefully you brought a pencil. If you're a player and you came here not equipped, that's the same thing for me telling me that like you go into the soccer field, pull the pitch, and you don't bring your shingle on. Right? So I'm here to give you a little tough love on that one too. Anytime you have an opportunity to get better in the classroom, in the pitch, on the field, and hear something like this, you got to be prepared because that's what the greatest athletes, that's what the greatest do. I look back last year on my 24-year career, and it just hit me. I'm like, what the heck? I've had the opportunity to work with 13 world champions in 8 sports. There are 10 people that have ever done that in history. And I'm this tall, skinny white guy from the Carolinas who's been able to do that in 8 different sports. But these 13 all bring the same qualities. It doesn't matter if they're a team sport, soccer, you name it, cricket, cricket world champions, now the individual. They have the same thing. They come prepared in everything. Not just the one sport that they like and they don't care about anything else. Because it's not about being great at soccer. That doesn't matter if you're an academy player, if you're an elite player, or whatever below that, or if you're a national team player. It's not about being great at soccer. This is about being great. Because that's the story that people want to hear, and that's the kind of person people want to be around. Be great in life. Not just great at soccer. Not good enough. You're living life in the low ceiling. This is about great at soccer. So I want to start off like that because that's important. That we're all on the same page with that expectation. That's who we're hanging around. That's who I spend time with. That's why I love being around this guy on the phone and found me to me. And that's why I'm here with you tonight. Now, here's what I get to do. I work with individuals, families, middle school, high school, predominantly professional at this point in my career. And this is the one thing that we do. People come and they want me to work with them and help them out and coach them to help create and tell their what? What's it say up there? Tell your championship story. Your championship story doesn't always mean that you're going to walk home with the big trophy. But your championship story hopefully might include that. But your championship story will definitely include that along the way and in your journey that you have learned a lot about yourself. And you choose yourself unconditionally. You know yourself, you choose yourself, and You share yourself everywhere you go. That's a championship story. And how did you overcome those obstacles in your relationships, and who you are, and who you were trying to become, and what you're doing? You did it. That's why you go pay money to go to the movies to see them. Every movie has the same plot of what happens in those movies. That's what we get to do. We have a lot of fun with that. Now, if you all came and worked with me, in this case, and I'll be with you guys, the very first question that I have for you, and I got to know out of the gate is, I'm going to ask, I got to know your mission. I got to know what your mission is. I'm not going to ask you what your goal is. I think goal is not a good enough word. I think goal, I have a goal to brush my teeth every morning before I see my wife and my son and my goal to drink. That's my goal. The mission is bigger. The mission is something that is beyond just you. The mission is about something that takes other people to help you attain. So that's the very first step. I'm going to ask you, what's your mission? And then we're going to talk about how do we turn your mission into your story. And then, all the players in here, I'm going to ask you to let me see your phone. This happened 2 days ago. The young man just got a full scholarship to play at South Carolina, and his best friend got a full scholarship on signing day to play at North Carolina. And they came in together, and I asked them both their phones. Let me see your phone. Well, what do you got to see my phone for? Because you told me your mission. I want to see in the past 30 days, does your calendar match up what you're claiming you want to achieve? Oh, Coach, you don't have to see my phone. I'm good. Why not? Because if your habits that you have right now don't align with the mission you want to achieve, there's a gap and we have a problem. I can't help you. And this is not about me. I'm not the hero. So let's make sure we understand that tonight. That was nice for the intro. I'm not. This is the hero right here. Parents, coaches, we're the guy. That's what that process is. You to be able to do that. So I'm going to ask you your mission. I'm going to ask you your story. Next piece I want to say, what's your calendar look like? What have you done the past 7 days to match what you're claiming that you want to achieve? And then, here's the big one. And this is the one that can bring home true for maybe a lot of people in here. This is the next one. This is my fourth question to every athlete I work with. What opportunities are you wasting right now that someone else would make a sacrifice to have? Because I want to know about it. I want to know what are you taking advantage of, but I want to know what are you taking for granted. Because there are a lot of soccer players I've met in the state of Indiana. This is my Indiana kind of tour, and I have fun learning about the state. I love it. But I met some people last night that would give a whole lot of what they've been given to be in your shoes right now. Use that opportunity. And if you're taking those things for granted, you're missing your best opportunity to achieve your mission. Now, my mission in working with athletes that, whether they're your level, but in the pro level, that are worth $65 million, they do that. Our mission is this. This is how I summarize my mission. We have to be the best, not the best, but the best at what? Getting better. The people that I'm around, we have to be the best at getting better. You know why? Because everybody at that level shows up for practice, yes or no. Everybody's eating right, yes or no. Everybody's going to bed early. Most of them are wearing orange blue blocker sunglasses to make sure they get deep sleep so they can perform it. Yes. Everybody's watching video. Yes. Everybody's got a team and they're leveraging and they're trying to find out anything they can do for a competitive edge. Yes. They're already doing all that. So my group, what we value, what we strive, we have to figure out a way to be better at getting better than you, just for the chance to accomplish, our mission. So here's why I start off with all that tonight. Because that's the framework that I'm going to share with you tonight. I'm going to split my talk up. The first half is going to be with the players, the second half is going to be with the parents. And these are the things that I found through personal experience, personally, through professional experience, the research we've published and we've done across the country for 24 years, and then what we've seen that actually gets results. Because I want you to leave here with tools. I want you to leave here with a few strategies so you say, I'm better for me. Cool on the same page? Everybody good with that? No worries? That's pretty good. I want to talk about this idea of building a house of champions. Where champion just doesn't mean the trophy. Too much what? Where champion doesn't mean just the trophy. Where champion is a verb, like you're championing a cause. And the champion of the cause that you are getting better at every day is the relationship that you're protecting in your home. To where it goes beyond, to where it goes beyond for moms and dads, how your son or daughter plays on the field, on the pitch, that they don't experience your love is conditional. You played great, I'm getting you a new pair of shoes. Wow, you played really well, you scored the winning goal. I'm going to give you $5 for every goal you make that you make. It goes beyond that. And here's the kicker about when I come and talk to clubs. And again, I'm more guilty. Anytime I talk about the parenting piece, every one of you, and me too, and I would do it tonight if I was in your shoes, would sit there and go, man, we're rocking in our family. But I'm so glad this guy next to me is sitting here because he needs to see this. Right? He needs to hear this. So use this as an opportunity. Let's talk. I want to talk first to the players. I want to spend a few minutes about to the players and about what your mission is. And if we were in a workshop, you would have written that down. And the outline you have here, I'm going to shift it. I've changed it a little bit after I've talked with the coaches on the fly. I've been adaptive to make sure we're going to give the best value. So let's talk to the players for a second. I want to share with you all a model that we work with high school athletes. We've had 3 Gatorade high school players of the year. We've had national teams. I've got a kid from U14, U16, U15. I've got a kid in every age group that's out of Charlotte or surrounding Carolinas that we give this model to that says if you can look at what I'm about to share with you every single day to help you make a good decision, you're going to have a chance to come up and be a better person and a better player. And I'm going to give you 4 E's tonight. 4 E's. So you can have great technical skill. You can be super fit. You can be crazy strong. You can win every 50-50 ball. You might do a great job of looking into space, and you might make good decisions most of the time about yourself. But if you're not living these 4 E's, you're going to miss the chance to go to the next level. And I know this because we've already talked. Let me give you the first one. The first E of player excellence. That's how I want to tee this up. And really, Mom or Dad, if I was honest, the same 4 E's go for you in terms of parenting excellence. Maybe even more so, but we're going to focus on the players for this first little bit. So the first E is the word what? Example you set. The first E is the example you set. Let's talk about that for a minute. So, the example you set, and for parents we say, the example you set trumps the instructions you give. And we know that. Now players, you guys are going to word it to say actions speak louder than what? Actions speak louder than what? Example you set is the first E. Huge. Moms and dads. Son or daughter comes home, it's preseason, tryouts are coming. You ask questions that you think are supportive and engaging, helping your son or daughter get better. Hey, you need to get a little extra run in, get an extra mile, go shoot on, go take about 20 or 30 shots with your left foot from 18 yards out because you're not pulling the trigger as much. And you kind of pull all these examples to be able to do that. And then you take it one step further. Hey, make sure you're eating well and sleeping well, but you got a Diet Coke in your hand. Right? Or you warn your son or daughter about this, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. And they come into your room at night before you go to bed, moms, and you're still ripping through Facebook. Right? The example you set trumps the instructions you give. Huge. Players, for you, what's it like to be around you? If you walk on the pitch for practice, you walk in a weight room to work on your strength session, you're in a video, you'll be able to do that. And even tonight, just watching some of you tonight, this is what I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And if you got teammates around you, and if you start sliding down more and more, you start crossing your legs, you start crossing your hands, your head starts going, what's it like to be around you? Is that going to help everybody around you and encourage everybody around you to accomplish the mission at large, and especially, in this case, the mission of Fort Wayne United? Right? Example you said. Now, my guys, because being around And I say guys, not just gender, because we work with Olympic swimmers, we work with Sun Wen, who was the former captain of women's Chinese national team. FIFA named her player of the century. Right? So maybe that's not player of the year, right? Player of the century, that's crazy. She's in our circle, and she's taught me more about life than anybody. This, in fact, I got this from her. Here's our motto from the example you set. When you come in, everybody wears this shirt. You got to bring your effort, not your what? Ego. The second you make it about you, the second that you talk about why somebody's on your team and they shouldn't be on your team, the second you talk down about how somebody's not fit, they're costing your team the ability to score a goal and you lost, and you're pointing fingers, you're out the door. Because we have to protect our mission. And here's the coolest thing. None of that with our high school athletic group in middle school comes from me. Zero. Because I'm not a babysitter. I'm not in the business of high-dollar babysitting. I'm in the business of working with athletes who are willing to call each other out. In a way to say, we have a mission, we want to tell a story, you've got to step your game up. Because we want to do that. And let me tell you, this is probably the best story I had. It's crazy. Great story. How many of you here are, and this is soccer, so sorry Bobby, I know, but Bobby's an NFL fan. Unfortunately, it's Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm not going to hate on him for that. I charge him double for becoming because he's a Eagles fan. So, raise your hand if you're an NFL fan. If you like the NFL, you kind of watch a little bit there. So, one of my guys is D'Angelo Williams. He's been in the league for 12 years. Great guy. He's grown up a lot the past couple of years. And in the summers, I keep 6 NFL guys. I don't go more than 6. I haven't in 10 or 15 years because we have to keep it in time. This summer, those 6 guys equated to about $184 million that I had every day that was all on me. And we let athletes come in and run with us all the time. In fact, Darian Stewart, Super Bowl champion from the Broncos, he grew up playing soccer first, so his warm-up is not even with us. He's over there warming up with a high school football team in high school soccer team in Charlotte, just playing, passing, 5v2, feeling good, and then he jumps back in our warm-up. But we let people come in all the time that want to come in, guys, girls, different ages. As long as they come in to bring their effort, but they're there to make my guys better, because my guys are going to be there to make them better. You know what I mean? And so we had this young man wanted to come in, just moved to town in Charlotte, and he's 6'6", 335-pound college kid that played college football. He's from the state of Alabama, did not attend University of Alabama. You can maybe figure out what other institution you might have played at. I don't want to say it, we won't take it. So he comes in and he joins our group. And everybody's walking around, and the first thing we do, I'm always doing something fun. We did something with water balloons that day. We did a little water balloon fight right off the bat. The guys are all wet, now they're engaged, they're having fun. And we go into this little skip, and everybody here can skip, and we were skipping sideways. And let's say that this is the line right here for skipping. And all 6 of my guys that are in our group, they finish about 20 yards past the line, and I'm watching them. And this guy gets somewhere right around here. I couldn't tell you exactly where, but somewhere short of the line. And I'm looking at D'Angelo, and D'Angelo takes off running full speed. He's a 5'8", 12-year vet, 230 pounds, that can squat 500-something pounds 28 times. Flying at this guy. Oh my gosh, he's knocking him out. I mean, this is his first drill. He goes right at him, stops, grabs his shirt. This is a 5'8" to 6'6" guy. Puts him up here and he says, if you ever do that again, you can never come back here. I better never see your face. I'm gonna knock you out. The guy just looks at him, just down, shocked, because these are the guys he sees watching on TV every single day. And he goes, "Are we good?" He goes, "Yeah, we're good." He goes, "All right, love you, man." He smiled, and then we're all like, back in. So 10 minutes later, we're working out, we're kind of raising our warm-up, preparing for speed. We do another little drill, and I'm looking at my guys and kind of correcting them. D'Angelo takes off, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be on ESPN for assault, right, for a minor. And this guy was flying at him, grabs him, walks a 335-pound, 6'6" man out to the parking lot, throws him in, literally, every word of this is true, throws him in the car, tells him to crank his car and leave, and he can never come back. Better never see his face. He said, "I'm going to knock you out if you ever come back here again." And the guy's like, "What are you talking about? I did what you did. I skipped, I shuffled, I did everything you did, right up to the line. I mimicked you." He goes, "Nah, you did. But here's the problem, is that you're here, we just met you, and you think it's already all about you. But the issue is it's not about you, it's about us. And when you don't finish through the line in something as simple as finishing through the line and not to it, that makes all of us not want to finish through the line. And all of us have a real clear mission. Every one of us do. Of who we want to be and how the legacy we want to leave. And when we're around you and you act like that, that makes us not want to do it. You got to go. It's not about you. The guy just looked at it. It was about the example he was setting. He thought it was about him. It's not. So your actions affect your group. The guy left and he drove off. Later that fall, we got a nice little letter in the mail. I did. He addressed me and D'Angelo. He had the best season of his career. He was a junior. He thanked us. He learned a lot about life, about how he affects other people, the example he sets. And then he chose not to play football after that, but that was his best career ever. Right? Pretty important. And so if I'm coming in, I'm watching your practices, what am I seeing about the example that you set for everybody else? Are you setting an example in such a way that's being distracting for your teammates and they're trying to accomplish their mission? Are you setting an example that is distorted, meaning unclear, because your teammates can't hear what the coach is asking, so they really don't know what's going on? Oh, it's our normal 5v2. Oh yeah, it's not really 5v2, because after we pass 2 passes, we have to go 20 yards over to another grid, and I missed that part of the instruction. You with me? So distraction is an example killer. Distortion is an example killer. Never can kill this thing. The example you set. What's it like to be on the other side of you? And then mom and dad, same thing with you. And the role models, and we're going to get to that piece in a second. Let's go to the next one. Next E. The expectations you uphold. This is one of my favorite ones. Let me tell you why. This is crazy. You're going to love this. The expectations you uphold. Now, normally, when I talk to high school athletes with this word, they hate this word. Because they hear it all the time from their parents. My 13-year-old's like, Dad, if I hear this word expectations one more time, I'm never going to come back. I'm going to leave this family. He hears it from his coaches. But this word, typically, expectations, is used. And you guys hear it for yourself because they say you have to meet our expectations. And here it is. And we're going to ask you to make the good choices, have good behavior, and make good decisions to rise to our expectations. But if that's the way you look at expectations, you're missing the boat. You're living in a life that has in a house that has a low ceiling. Because expectations aren't meant to be up here. Expectations are the floor. That's just a minimum of what you're being asked to do. And hopefully you're asking of yourself for the chance to tell a great story. Really? It's not about meeting up here. It's about the starting point. And the world's best, whether it's a player, parent, a person, they exceed expectations consistently. That's what they do. And that's what your opportunity is in this kind of place, in this kind of club. To exceed expectations. Now, let me tell you something crazy about expectations. That in terms of self-expectations. What you expect of yourself. Right? Because every player in here, if whatever you expect of yourself is not as strong, is not as intense, maybe not as high as what your parents have of you, there's going to be a whole lot of tension. That's going to be an issue. But let's talk about self-expectations for a second. What you expect of yourself has physiological consequences. Physiological consequences. If I expect that when I'm going onto the field, and I expect just because I hear from my coach that practice is going to be hard, now I expect practice to be hard, my body starts producing hormones, or sometimes it completely stops and won't produce hormones that I need to be able to perform at my best. Here's a scenario. This past summer, how hot does it get in Indiana? Does it get hot? Perfect. It's 102 degrees in Indiana for the summer. This is for every player in here. You just got done working out. You're dog tired. You've been training for 2.5 hours. All you want is like a shake, something refreshing, something to drink. And let's say that you come off the pitch And here I am smiling, and I got 2 shakes for you. And you have 2 choices. And choice number 1, when you come to me, you're drenched in sweat, heart rate's beating so fast it's almost coming out your mouth. You've lost 8 pounds because you sweat so much. The first choice that you can take from me is the nice, refreshing protein shake. It's got whey protein, it's got almond milk, it has fruits and vegetables. It's rolling, man. And if you chose that, what would you expect to happen after you drink it? What would you say? You would feel happy. You would feel better. You would feel well. Refreshed. You would feel satisfied. Quenched of thirst. You would feel like 30 minutes later, you're ready to go have a meal, what athletes should be doing. 30 minutes later, you've learned the nutrition. You're kind of ready to go. You expect that. If you choose the second shake that I have, that's the chocolate peanut butter ice cream calorie bomb. It's got 1,200 calories, Breyer's ice cream, whole milk, 4 cups of sugar, you name it. And it sounds really good because you're going tired. But if you were to eat that, what would you expect to happen? If after a workout, you had a chocolate peanut butter shake, what would you expect to happen? How would you feel? You would feel bad. How would you feel? Sugary, like this. And then 10 minutes later, what would happen? You crash, right? You'd feel bloated. You wouldn't want to eat for like 2 hours, right? Okay, so here's the scenario. A group from Yale decided to study this. And when I first heard about it from a colleague, I'm like, this is stupid, because we know it's going to happen. I'm going to read this research. I mean, this is dumb. And he's like, no, keep reading, I promise you. So I go to read this research about Yale that wanted to study this scenario. And I go down and I keep reading, and I get down to the bottom, and I'm reading through the results. And the results, the first paragraph, say that the 2 groups, what happened in their expectations were exactly what they were told. I'm like, well, yeah, so this is a stupid study, right? The group that had the peanut butter shake, that drank it, they tested their blood levels, their blood sugar shot up, they had high heart rate. The group that chose the healthy shake. Okay, so where's the good stuff in this study? And then I get to the very end. This is crazy. Hear this. If you're a player, hear this is crazy. The only difference between the 2 groups in the study, the chocolate peanut butter shake and the healthy shake, were the labels on the shake. The contents in the shake was the exact same. But yet the expectations of those who chose the chocolate peanut butter shake, the expectations they drank it, their body responded to that. And their sugars went high, and then it went low, and they had all these other ramifications hormonally. Is that not crazy? The shake was the same, but the outcomes were different based on what they thought and what they expected. Now, how does that apply to you as a soccer player? How that applies is your self-talk matters. What you tell yourself matters. How you frame things up. How you frame opportunities. How you frame the next big game. How you frame a state cup, championship tournament. And what you're telling, it matters because there are physiological ramifications of what you tell yourself. And if you get focused only on the outcome, you use words like, I have to make this PK. It's 3-3. This is all on me. I have to do it. Your body goes into threat mode, and all of a sudden it shuts down and you can't perform very well. I have to win every 50-50 ball. I have to play well so I make the cut. I have to play well so Dad ain't going to get all in my ear on the car ride home. Right? And if you saw that, those are expectations. If you little self-talk words like you switch have to get to, we know in science, just that one switch, I get to make this PK. I've been dreaming about this moment. This is my time to shine. I'm adding value to my team. I get to do this. The floodgates open up. Testosterone, dopamine, serotonin, all this kind of crazy work. Just because of that one word, because you've reshaped your what? Your expectations. You guys get that? That's big. What you tell yourself matters. So expectations you uphold are about the club's expectations and your parents' expectations, and you guys got to have conversations about that. But don't, here's a take-home message for this E. Don't make expectations as just a rule to follow. That's the take-home message. You didn't meet my expectations, now you broke the rule, now here's the consequence. And if that's your approach as a coach, as a parent, we're not helping raise happy, healthy kids that are going to have a great soccer experience. Okay? Example you set was number one. Expectations you hold is number two. We have two more. The third one is the environment that you design. Sorry, I know you hate the Patriots. So that's all right. The environment that you design. And again, what's it like to be around you right now? And the environment that you have ownership in is your body language is huge. That contributes to the environment. And coaches always say when I do coaches workshops about coaches push. Come on, give me one more rep. You can do it. Let's go. You got enough in. You're not tired. Your brain thinks you're tired. Your brain's telling you you're tired. You got 2 more 120s. Let's go. You can make this 120 in 14 seconds, no problem. You run 30 of them, but you can run one more. Environments don't push. Environments pull. 2 different things. And this club works hard to create an environment to pull you and draw you and not recruit. And other players are drawn to want to come into this club because of the core of what's in it. And I'm working with athletes right now, All-Americans and other sports from the West Coast that are flying in because they made some poor choices in recreational situations. Mom and dad, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those environments didn't push them in that. They got pulled into that. Wow, I can not be judged. I can go take a risk. It's okay if I fail. It's not about just peer pressure. It's about peer pleasure because they're all making me feel like that because that's how my brain's work. So environments are really important. And your home environment, is it pulling each other together? Or is it because it's so time-starved and so scheduled and we don't have opportunities to sit down and have family dinner but maybe once a week if we're lucky? And when we all grew up, that's where relationships happen. Right? What are we doing to contribute to that? When you walk on the pitch, players, you've had a rough day at school. Maybe you didn't have a great test. Maybe you're mad at your boyfriend. Maybe you're mad at your girlfriend. And you go to step on that pitch and your body language is huffing, head down, shoulders rolled, and you made a mistake. You're contributing to an environment right then where players now are going to be attracted towards that, and you're bringing them down too. So anytime you come in as a young leader, anytime you walk into anywhere, your house, the classroom, the pitch, a workout situation, your first question, because you know that you contribute to designing an environment, is who do my teammates need me to be right now? That's question number one. If you're a parent, I don't care how mad you are at your son or daughter, when you walk back into that room and talk, who does my son or daughter need me to be right now? That takes it off of you, your emotions, and puts it on them. And then you say, question number one is how are they about to experience me? And question number two is who they need me to be. That's how you create a great environment. When I came in here today, that's my first question. When I'm meeting the Fort Wayne family, how are they about to experience me? You could have experienced me as someone who's struggling. Right? My dad's in the hospital today. He's been in the hospital 3 days, 5 times in 3 weeks. You could have experienced me as someone who was what? Freaking out, worried, concerned. That's not what you needed me to be. I have to contribute to that design. I have to put myself aside. And as a player, if you want to help your team accomplish it, you contribute to that design, brother. Right? And if you come in a place like this, and I'm getting tough love because you guys are doing things well, but I want you to do things great. And you come into an environment like this and you sit in the back row, you got to think, how am I helping design that environment? Because as I watched, very few people filled in. Everybody started from the what? Back. And then as more people came in, everybody gravitated to where? The back. And then filled back to where? Front. If you got an opportunity to be a leader and learn to get better, and you help contribute and design the environment, you got to make a thing of front to back, not back to front. Example you set. The expectations you uphold, the environment that you design. Here's the last one, is the energy that you bring. Dads, husbands, I send this picture to my wife once a week to keep me out of the doghouse. So, honey, who's awesome? You're awesome. The energy that you bring. And make sure we understand this. Energy is not necessarily all about being like high, positive circumstance, positive and cheery. That's not life. But if you're a player who wants to have impact on the field, you have an opportunity to influence that energy. Sometimes that energy needs to what? Get what? You got to raise it. Sometimes that energy, that means you got to be aware. You got to raise it. And that's whether you do something funny to get a smile, to bring attention. Maybe you bring some music one day, and everybody's kicking and thumping, and now everybody's ready to go and popping. Whatever that means. Sometimes you got to take that energy if it's too hot. And on the field, if the other team is hitting you, they're playing dirty, and they're getting dirtier and dirtier, and you're getting more mad. You have scouts there watching you, and you fall to there instead of saying, hey, I got to lower this energy with my crew. I got to get them down a little bit. That's important on the pitch. So the energy that you bring, the energy has, how do I manage this right now? When do I raise it, and when do I what? Lower it. And that's at home. Dads, moms, that's on the sidelines. Energy management, the energy that you bring. I talked to a dad yesterday that came up to me in the very beginning. Coolest guy I ever met. Shook his hand, he looked me in the eye, he goes with this really good vibe. He's like, we're really working hard to be great parents. This is what we're doing. At the end of the talk, their son came down afterwards, and I said, what was the one thing that added the most value to you? He goes, it was the sports traps. Because when my dad, he doesn't talk, but if I mess up on the sideline, his face is so red it makes me nervous. So that's the energy that you bring. Doesn't have to be about what you always say. It's also just this. You know? So parents, if your kid makes a mistake on the pitch, it's okay. Know that you don't have to sit there and squeeze your fist and have white knuckles and bite your lip. Or somebody comes in and they 2 foot, from the back, and the ref didn't call it. They'll figure it out. Leave that up to them and to the coach. You got to sit there and move that energy. Now, here's what I want you to do if you're a player. With your parents. And if your parents aren't here and you're with a friend, I want you to do the same thing tonight. Let's make this specific to you. We're giving you example, expectations, environment, and energy. Now, I'm going to give you about 2 minutes. So you have about a minute each. If you're with a partner, or if it's just you with your family, we'll take you 2 minutes. You can't be great at all 4 all the time. So I just want you to sit there and pick the one E that if you're willing to commit to for the next week and own and go all in, then you're going to be better for it. That's step 1. I want you to share with your parents which E you're willing to do. And then step 2 is I want you to give that person that you're going to share that with, is I want you to tell them what's the first action step that you're going to take to get better in that area. Everybody with me? So if we're partners and I say, well, I'm picking example. She's going to say, why'd you choose example versus environment? I'm going to say because A, I'm late at practice most of the time, and when I come in, I'm too busy and I'm a distraction for my team. If I'm better at that, we're going to be better. Got it? So I'm saying, okay? Yeah, 2 minutes, go. Mom and Dad, 2 things have to happen for your son or daughter to actually make learning stick. And the first thing that has to happen is that it has to be awareness. You have to put the brakes on and be aware of the moment. And the second thing is they have to have space to have reflection. If we don't have awareness and reflection, it will not stick in a teenage brain. That's why dads or moms, we have to get on your son way more than daughters. Sorry, I know that you guys are crushing little guys at this age. You got to tell a teenage boy 50 million times. But you got to pause enough instead of tell. Have them an opportunity to reflect. Conversations are good. So here's how we use this. Every Monday and every Friday, with the athletes we work with, it does not matter if it's a 6th grader I'm working with right now. I've got a little figure skater and a gymnast. They're working hard every day. They're up like 5 in the morning. It's crazy. Or whether it's your age or whether it's a pro. Every Monday, every Friday, we're going through these 4 E's for you. And you get to sit there and go, which one of these, and you only pick one, which one of these E's can I focus on that by doing so will make me better, and that, as she so greatly stated, that can make those around me better. Great little model. Parents, you too. Super simple, right? Parenting excellence. Which one of these? How are others experiencing me? Here's my last piece for players. And this is our mantra for athletes, and we'll do this from here for you guys. You've heard the first part of this. Everybody's heard this first part. But if you say, hey, what's the one piece of advice you can give me, and if I never see you again, this is what it would be. The first part, you know, control the things that don't require talent. We talk about that all the time. That's the first part. Control the things that don't require talent. So what doesn't require talent? Eating, money in the bank, fueling your body does not require talent. It doesn't require talent. Effort, hard work, zero talent. What doesn't require talent? What's got? What doesn't require talent? I'm looking for a couple more. Yes, whoever said that, attitude point. What else? Who? Coming prepared requires zero talent. One more thing. What else? Who? Your actions, behavior. Does not require talent. Your attitude. How about sleep? Does it require talent? It requires zero talent. In fact, raise your hand if you have a cell phone. If you own a cell phone, you're a player. Raise your hand. Good. So let me tell you this. Here's a little side note. With our athletes, they understand because it's their mission. 30 minutes before you go to sleep, you're not looking at this. 30 minutes, you're not doing this. The reason why is because by doing that, you lose 25% of your deep sleep, REM sleep. And you haven't done anything different but looked at this screen. Now the catcher is, moms and dads, don't go preaching this in the car. And they go home, and then your kid runs in because they forget something to tell you in the bed, and your mom is sitting there going this through your Facebook. Right? Because my wife and me, that happens to us, then we get caught. Right? So here it is. Control the things that don't require talent. And this, I'll wrap this up right here for the parents. So that, this is big, so that you can leverage your talent, not rely on it. Control the things that don't require talent so you can leverage your talent, not rely on it. Nobody in this room, not one adult, cares to hear about a story where you had to rely on your talent. Well, I could have played in college, but I didn't give my best in school. I could have played in Division I. I could have played in anything. If I had practiced harder, why didn't you practice harder? Well, because I could just show up and score for the most part whenever I wanted to. And why aren't you playing? Well, because I didn't do that when the scouts came. Right. Nobody cares about that story. People care about the story that when you leverage the things that you've been given, and that you grow the things that you can't control. That's what they work for. That's a good story.